I'm scared.
You never been recorded before?
Never.
Yeah, it's kind of a scary thing. But
You did great at Jeff's interview.
Yeah, that was alright. I was scared shitless though.
Welcome to the Sarcasm Society podcast. I don't know what this is. Enjoy the show.
What gigs have you guys played recently?
Last night.
Yeah, I know. That was cool. That was a big crowd for me.
What was my gig before that? I think at the Curtis, the View. It was terrible. It was nobody cared, and there was like 3 people there, which is like most of my gigs. And then I don't know. I can't remember anything else.
Yeah, you asked the question. I immediately have to pull up my schedule because I play so many gigs that like I black out afterward and I just forget by the next day like what gigs I've played. I have no idea. But I just played House of Charm in downtown Buffalo, which I play there pretty regularly.
Shout out Sam.
My band Tuesday Night just played at Milky's last week. I played a gig at a Golf Dome, which I don't recommend.
Oh,
Two Nines? Yeah. Nothing against them. They're nice, very nice people there. But
at least you
was
got
it
the
the crowd? Yeah.
It's not every musician's dream to play at a Golf Dome. We'll just say that. You don't picture yourself playing to like 60-year-old men in polos. Like
they're on my shit list right now. I'm not going to talk about it.
And then my other band Threefold just played at Jackrabbit a couple weeks ago also. So that was a good one.
You know, I thought you guys were a new band.
We're new-ish. We've been around like a year and a half. We've only played like half a dozen shows.
Okay.
But we're working on our social media so people know about us.
Yeah, you guys followed me the other day, and I was like, oh, they formed a new band. And Chelsea was like, no, they've been around for a while. I was like, oh, oops. I'm not up to speed. But yeah, last night was fun. You did great.
Thank you. I had a man tell me I did great. He said I was one of the funniest. So
nice.
That
so,
makes me
like,
feel good.
just some random man?
Yeah.
Nice.
He shook
That's
my
always
hand,
good.
too.
That's always good, yeah. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
And he wasn't creepy. That's a plus. Yeah.
He wasn't.
Nice.
No, yeah, it was really nice.
At least not on the surface.
Because I'm sure you know, as like
Not
a woman and like a woman as a performer, you could have a man say, a random man told me I did a good job. That goes one of 2 ways.
Exactly. Yeah. You never know. But this one was
this
fine.
random man told me I did a good job. Oh.
He gave me a compliment and walked away.
Hell yeah.
It was
Hell yeah.
the best.
Take notes, man.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed because not disappointed, but I couldn't really listen to everybody's set because I was so focused on like making sure we were good on like the next little 10-second thing we had to do. So I was like staring at my list the whole time, like, all right, what should we do now? What should we do now?
That
and
is
then,
fair. I was
so
wondering how you guys managed to stay up there and not look bored the entire time.
Well, I like unintentionally look bored all the time. People are like, will you smile? And I'm like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to do it again because it was like different for us. And Mark and Sasha too were like, can we do that again?
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Mark's one of my favorite people to play with. Like stage communication wise, he and I just like are always very at ease together on stage.
Yeah, they did so good. I had to like do the thing where I was like mouthing to them what the next thing was, and they picked it right up. And
love that.
It was a good time. And tomorrow I got to play Hamburg Brewing brunch.
You have
I like it there, but brunch is too early.
Too early, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was another one. Last time I was there, nobody gave a shit.
Yes.
Nobody
I think
cared.
I'm there in like 2 weeks for brunch, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because like I feel like your solo gigs are probably the same, where like you're just background, and like there's very few places where people are like actually really, really into it.
Yeah. We call ourselves musicians, but we actually have 2 very different jobs.
Yeah.
Of like our creative job. And that's what I call like my career.
Right.
And then the other part is a job.
Yeah.
Where you're a human jukebox.
Yeah. Yeah, I messed up and leaned way too hard into the job part.
You have to. You have to, man.
I do think that's one of the weird things about like music versus comedy, because there's obviously a lot of similarities, but you guys can start playing and you don't have to get the full room's attention, but if there's a comedian going on in the background and you just hear like someone drop an F-bomb, everyone stares.
Yeah.
It gets real awkward and real quiet.
Yeah.
So it's...
Yeah, and you guys like rely on that more. Like you need that like interaction. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just you can't talk on stage if nobody's listening.
Yeah.
That being said, though, I'm like envious of you guys a little bit because there's how do I say this? Like more of a like like tight knit community, and I don't know, like when there's open mics and stuff, like all you guys are in the same room together all the time, and like it's like I don't know. I don't want to say like more support, but like it kind of is like more support. There's like more support for each other in the comedy community than there is the music community, in my opinion.
Yeah, because I think that you're all trying to like build something together.
Yeah.
And it's not that musicians aren't, but we're also like fighting for our lives out there, like because we are able to have it as a job and make careers out of it. But there's like only so much work to go around.
Yeah.
That's an interesting perspective because I also feel like I'm fighting for my life as a comedian. Yeah. And it could be being a female comedian is different than being a bro.
Yeah.
Totally.
There's that community, and then there's one that I'm actively trying to build up that I do feel like I have to keep my guard up and understand who's going to help me and who's going to take spots away from me.
Totally.
Yeah. That's actually valid. Yeah.
Right.
So
what's the ratio of women to men in comedy? It's very low. It's really bad in music also. So I'm sure it's probably worse in comedy.
Yeah, I would say I can't even do the ratio because strictly like speaking to the comics that show up at open mics, I mean the one here at Third Space where we're recording, by the way, Third Space Café Entertainment.
Hell yeah.
I mean that could have 10 to 15 people and one or two are female.
There is, there's like a few more probably that don't come out to open mic though, but
because men are creepy.
Because men are creepy.
Because men are creepy.
It is fun though. Maybe I'm blowing up your guys' spot. It's fun hearing about the comedian drama though that happens.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say names, but
we'll talk after the mic's off.
Yeah. I get like downwind of that from Chelsea when Chelsea hears things, and it's I'm like, oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But I even, as like somebody who books series, like songwriter series, showcases, like I book events, like I have to fight to make sure that there are enough women represented in lineups because I could easily just be like you and be like, damn it, it's all men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really terrible, like being a woman in my own industry, having to be like, where's everybody? Where are the girls at?
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
you gotta dig for them sometimes. It's really sad.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you have a songwriter thing coming up very
I do.
soon.
Third Space in the round. This is going to be our third one. The first two went really well. I've been doing it every other month. Third Friday of every month here at Third Space. It's me and two other local songwriters doing a Nashville style in the round event.
Oh.
Hey, Chelsea.
We've barely
That's
started.
pretty cool. Yeah.
We're just shouting out Third Space in the round.
Yeah.
I love Third Space in the round. I do. It's my favorite Friday night event here.
Yes.
I've missed every single one, but maybe I can make this one.
March
No,
20th.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one.
March 20th.
With
Put
me,
it on my calendar.
Michael Farrow, and David Miller.
Oh, you got
Solid.
Dave.
Yeah, Dave Miller.
Hell yeah.
All right. Now that Chelsea's here, let's do a round robin. Just say who you are, what you do, and I don't know, whatever you want.
You go first.
Oh,
as
me
the
go
owner,
first.
proprietor.
I am Chelsea. I do Evan.
Hey.
Hey. I am Chelsea Mae, owner of Third Space Café and Entertainment. Also a comedian. I hosted a show last night, so I can call myself a comedian again after not doing comedy for a really long time.
And she's super hot.
And yeah, what Evan said. Thank you for having me, Kat.
Yeah, thanks
I'm
for
so
being on.
honored. So honored.
Your turn.
Me.
I want to go last.
I am Sara Elizabeth. I am a musician, singer-songwriter, guitarist.
Yes, she is.
I'm also the program director for Music is Art and help run the festival every year, as well as programming for musicians in the city of Buffalo throughout the rest of the year. But yeah, I'm a I'm a musician with a nonprofit side hustle.
Very
In
other
worried about
words,
that money.
she's rich.
None profits.
I'm Evan Laedke, part owner of Third Space Café and Entertainment.
Oh, hot.
Entertainment director, musician, Chelsea's boyfriend.
Cute.
Play some piano.
Play a little piano.
Now I wish we had the video because the sexual tension.
I know. I wish I was on video. I have my sports bra underneath my tank top look going on.
It's a good look.
You know?
So many greens.
So many greens. It's very confusing.
Yeah, that's it. That's who I am.
Okay.
That's all I do.
That's all.
That's
you
it.
do.
That's all I do.
He also
That's-
fixed my drain the other day. And that's not a euphemism. Like, he actually
part-time plumber. Yeah.
fixed the drain. You did something else here, too. He fixed the printer, maybe?
I did fix the printer yesterday.
He's a real
or 2 days
handyman.
ago.
Can't find the euphemism in that one.
Yeah.
I called Spectrum and fixed the internet.
Wow. He dialed a phone number.
IT master.
Wow.
That's
All
impressive.
right. Stop inflating his ego.
I think it's cool that you guys are able to make it on this podcast because Chelsea and I experienced the comedy side of being on stage, but there's the music side too. So what's been your experience being on stage, interacting with an audience?
Interacting with an audience. Well, I try not to do that.
I was going to say, I feel like you interact with people 100 times better on stage than I do off stage.
You are really good, like, especially in the round, watching you, like, again, it's a storytelling thing, and you do a really good job at telling stories and engaging.
I'm very awkward and very anxious, and then I get on stage and I'm like, okay, I can talk to you now.
Yeah, it's almost like you feel you feel forced to, like, you have to be somebody like that's outgoing
And
as
you're
soon
in
as you get
control.
on. Yeah, you're in control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, like I would be nervous to get on stage, but I thought about it like I would, if I'm playing with a band, I would think about it like, oh, well, if I don't do this, I'm letting everybody else down in this band. So, like, it would, like, kind of push me forward to not be so nervous and, like, be a little bit more outgoing.
Yeah.
So, that was, like, kind of how I made that work. But now it's just, like, now it's whatever. It is what it is now.
Totally.
Just kind of do it.
I also feel like as musicians, we spend a lot of time in our own heads. It's an understatement. And we put a lot of ourselves into the songs and the music and just spend so much time in our own heads. Then when we get on stage, it's like almost like this fresh air. Like you can finally like communicate it to somebody. Like I spend a lot of time not communicating the things that are in my head, and on stage I'm finally like, okay, you get it now. You get what's been in my head for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, for sure.
I love that.
For sure.
Is it easier performing a cover or a song that you wrote?
That's a question for you. I don't.
Evan has one song
I have,
that
like,
he's
2
written.
songs,
Has
but-
For me,
15
it's always
years.
songs I wrote.
Okay.
And I was saying this to you before. I don't know if we were I don't think we were recording yet. That for me as a musician, I can call myself a musician as like an umbrella term, but then there's like 2 halves of that, and there's me as a songwriter, and that is my craft, that's my career, and then there's the other part that is my job, and that is to play covers in bars and make money and pay my bills, and they're 2 like very different experiences for me. And sometimes playing covers in a bar feels like going to work. Whereas my heart is always with songwriting and playing original music.
Yeah. I got to a point where, like, because I have to play so many covers, I just kind of started making them my own, and, like, giving myself creative freedom with it. So that's, like, kind of how I have to express myself, because, like, I don't have a lot of opportunity to write and, like, do all that stuff anymore.
You do
'cause
play
I'm so
in original
busy.
bands, though.
Yeah, but I don't write
You
the
don't
song.
write?
I'm just like, what's that chord? All right, cool.
Yeah.
You could write a song about me. I write jokes about you.
You're right.
Yeah.
Just
I
saying.
should.
Just a
There you
thought.
go.
I did. It's called "Hey Jealousy" by the Gin Blossoms.
Okay.
I wrote it. Hey Chelsea.
I did. This is totally off topic, but I did DM the Gin Blossoms and ask them if that song was about a girl named Chelsea, and they responded, and they said, "We'll never tell,"
What?
which means it absolutely is. So the Gin Blossoms wrote a song about me. Evan,
That's
you're next.
hilarious.
That's the best that they responded.
You're a great muse,
I am.
obviously.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I do think that's funny that when it comes to writing, as comedians, we draw from our own lives, right?
Yeah,
You
for
too?
sure. Yeah.
And our job is to exaggerate and make it funny. But how do you feel like it's different? I mean, even songs that you've heard or that you play, like listening to the story behind them. I don't know what the end of this question is.
What's the
Yeah,
punchline,
like,
Kat?
like, how do you connect
I
with them
never
almost,
know.
or like, yeah.
Yes, that.
I don't know. For me, I think the story is more so like in the music itself. Like I've never been like so much of like a lyrics guy. For me, it's like a little bit more about like the chord structures and like how they all kind of come together. And I think just for me personally, like that almost tells the story more than like necessarily what the lyrics are. And there's also certain song like Hook by what's that band? I just heard it the other day. I can't remember, but there's it's like a song about absolutely nothing. They like needed to fill a spot. The record label was like, we need one more song, and they were like pissed about it. So that he was like, I just wrote this song about absolutely nothing. He like wrote the song about having to write a song.
I know AJR has done that. If that's the band you're thinking of.
No, it's what's you know who I'm talking about?
What song?
Hook. Who's the harmonica guy? The crazy harmonica.
Blues Travel? Blues Traveler?
Maybe Blues Traveler.
It was
yeah.
like the Seinfeld of songs.
Yeah. So yeah, for me personally, like I've never been too much. I mean, that being said, though, I'm sure there's songs that I've heard the lyrics and I've been like, hell yeah, I resonate with that. Can't think of any right now, but yeah, it's just kind of more about the music part for me.
And I'm the opposite.
Yes.
I am 100% lyrics first.
That's why we're perfect together
Yes.
right now.
Yes. I'm 100% a lyrics first songwriter and listener. Like when I listen to music, lyrics are the first thing that I hear. But with the understanding that without the music, it's a poem. And it's
true.
And everything else, every other element in the song is in service of the song and of the lyrics and of the story. And I also am a big, huge music theory nerd, so that part's just fun for me. But I am very, very lyrics forward and story forward. I don't know if that answered your anyone's question.
It did.
Okay.
Now I'm just trying to think of where to go next. I feel like now is a good time to talk about Evan's asshole. If you guys
Already?
I know.
Getting warmed up. I will say I hosted a show last night here and did not talk about your butthole once.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't really care about you talking about my butthole, though. It's okay.
You know what? Somebody asked me last night if I like get your permission to say the things.
And you said no?
Well, I did. But I've been doing it for so long now. Like it's been 2 years where it started out where I was just like, oh, can I like say this thing about like a sexual thing, because my comedy is very sex forward and you're the person I have sex with. So it naturally, but then it got deeper and deeper, and I don't smoke weed, but I did after having a baby. I smoked weed for the first time in like a really long time. So I was super high, and I just kept saying Evan and heaven. I was like, Evan rhymes with heaven. And then I was like, I could write a joke about pegging you and say I'm in Evan right now. And he was just like, no. Like it was immediate shutdown. And I was like, oh. So then some time goes by and I write the joke and then I perform it for the first time without him knowing, and it killed. It was one of my best jokes I've ever written. And so then I played him the recording and he was dying laughing because he was like, okay, fine. So I think
for a while I was like diligent about like going around and being like, it didn't actually happen. But now I'm like, yeah, whatever.
But now it has happened. So now it's funnier. Now
That
it's
is-
funnier.
Yeah, like a creative joke, if it's actually funny and thoughtful, can be as dirty as you want it to
Yeah,
be.
for
And I
sure.
think that's really
Yeah.
cool about comedy and music too, because
Yeah.
I
As
mean,
long as there's the passion.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't really do a lot of sex jokes because I don't want to piss anyone off.
Yeah.
with what I'm saying. Like, I'm very careful about what I say on stage and what I put off, because I have like my professional side career and I don't want my boss to hear it. And
Yes. You can
that
quit
kind
your
of
job
thing.
and then make jokes about your boss and
Yeah.
your husband not lasting very long in bed.
Yeah, just quit and open a business. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
From your real life
That
story.
is real life. I do it, and now I use her real name. Fuck you, Kim.
Hey, fuck Kim.
Fuck Kim. It's also Evan's ex-girlfriend's name. Fuck everyone named Kim.
Yeah.
Not a good name.
It's a terrible name. But yeah, he's a really good sport about it. Doing comedy about our sex life or about his butthole in front of my parents, that's another story. The first time my stepdad like could not look at him for the
Yeah.
longest time.
Yeah.
I was like, sorry.
I like that. My favorite is the one. Well, one of my favorites is the one about the bi thing and your mom.
Oh, mom saying there's no proof.
Yes.
And you're like, I've seen.
Yeah.
I've seen proof.
That was literally yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was a real conversation that happened once.
Yeah.
And literally the first thing my head went to was, oh, I've seen it.
Titties are cool, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Titties are the best.
They are.
But do I have a nice butthole at least?
It's beautiful, baby.
Thank you.
Beautiful butthole.
Okay.
I will write more jokes about
Most
it.
important question in
Yeah.
this conversation,
Yeah.
really.
Show us. We're not recording.
All right,
Just
hold
kidding.
on.
Don't. No, don't do that. We don't want to
There's no video. It's fine.
hurt their eyes.
I'm completely off track.
Yeah, we're skipping
derailed
around.
everything.
We're skipping
Yeah,
around.
going straight from buttholes to like, I want to go into how do your parents support your career choices? Do you guys want to talk about that?
I can go for it.
Go for it.
I am incredibly lucky.
I'll take number 2 on this one.
I have the most supportive parents. My parents got me in guitar lessons at age 9, and by like 10 or 11, they were taking me to like other local musicians' shows to observe. I remember literally being 10 years old and watching Chris Squire, Davey O, Dave Miller, when these guys were younger than us probably at this point, and watching their careers forming, me being like 10 and just admiring what they were doing, and then by 13 or 14, my parents making sure I was starting to play at my own open mics, and they've just always from day one been, when I was a teenager, with me at every show, going with me with X's on my hands to Nietzsche's and Mohawk plays.
Same shit. Same shit.
Buying me gear before I could afford my own gear, still sometimes helping me with gear because I still can't afford my own gear.
Non-profit musician.
Yes, non-profit musician. That's my favorite joke. Non-profit.
Yes.
Non-profit. They're the absolute best, and they're still always just asking me about it, checking in, coming to gigs whenever they can. So very lucky.
And Sarah's sister and her husband came to.
Yes, my sister and my brother-in-law also incredibly supportive. And I know that not everybody can say that, so I'm very grateful for them.
Yeah, literally same for me too. If I started playing like quote unquote professionally at like 15, so. Yep. I said this a lot on Jeff Meyer's podcast too, but if it wasn't for my dad like taking me out to all that shit, like it never would have happened. And especially some of those like Lackawanna, South Buffalo bars, like back in the day, like they were really big on like if you're not 21, like don't be in here. So there was a lot of like, even some places downtown too, I remember like kind of having to be like, well, my dad's with me, so it should be okay, and then be like, all right, fine. So yeah, that's always been. I wouldn't have the keyboard I have right now if it wasn't for my dad. It was like a $5,000 keyboard, and there's no way I would have ever bought it.
I'm still using the PA system that my parents bought me for my 16th birthday.
Part of the Third Space sound system is my parents bought. So yeah, that's like a big part of being successful. I feel like in local Buffalo, or probably in music everywhere, is having that support. And without it, it's tough. Otherwise, you have to like work a real job, and
that's terrible. Let me tell you.
Ugh, God, I could never.
No.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't call comedy my career. It's it was. I don't know that I ever wanted to be. Third Space is my career, but I love that I get to do comedy here. I mean, we literally, kind of a side note, but like we built this. Half the reason we built it is because we kept doing music and comedy in places that didn't give a shit about musicians or comics. And we were like, hey, what if we have a space run by a musician and a comic? So, it started as an escape from my corporate job when I was so miserable and so like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I got to make people laugh, and it felt super good. But my mom and my stepdad, really, they were so excited because they love stand-up, and they were like, yeah, like, you're always funny. But I say all of that to say that my mom is never surprised by anything that I say or do. I was like, I'm quitting my job, I'm having a baby for someone else, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm opening a cafe with no cafe experience. So she always says that the Chelsea show is her favorite show.
Aww.
So, and she's just never surprised by anything that I tell her, because she really helped raise me to be a strong, independent woman. And
yes,
I don't know, but like she changed her career at 50 because she didn't want to deal with people anymore. So she learned how to be a data analyst and works without a bra, and like.
She also thinks she's 30.
She's also famous on TikTok right now.
Yes.
Marlene Coco Bean.
How famous?
10,000, 11,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
She went from like 200 to over 10,000 in a couple months. Talking about beans.
Okay.
Talking about beans.
I'm here for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
benefits.
Benefits, yes.
Good.
But I'm just really thankful that I can do comedy in front of her. Her and my stepdad have helped me write some jokes, or they've tried to pitch some ideas for jokes, and it's just cool being an adult and like being able to hang out with them and them enjoying the comedy and enjoying to see me live and perform and grow in the craft. Like, I opened for someone at Babeville, and she came, and she was like, have you always been that good? I'm like, no, like, the goal is that you keep getting better. So I'm very thankful for that.
You were good from the beginning, though. You were always good.
It's because I was pregnant and talked about your butthole.
I remember the first comp that was that Babeville comedy show that we first went to, right, with local comedians.
Yeah.
And like the first thing I noticed was that all the comedians held the mic like down here. So the first thing I told her was, make sure you put the mic up to your fucking mouth.
Yeah, that was good advice.
And it was good advice.
Honestly, a lot of people still need to hear that.
Yeah.
The mic control, like I am like holding this to my chest right now, making sure I don't move it. Because
that's where it needs to be.
It's rough.
Yeah. It's funny because like guys like some people will do that, but then like Jesse Winterhalter gets on stage and I'll be like turning everything down.
Turn everything way down. Like, we love you, but we know you'll boom.
Where does that come from? Comics like holding their mic like from the like down here, like super low.
It's just them being awkward as fuck.
They're not musicians. They don't get it. They've never
wait.
set up their own sound system. They don't get it.
Wow. Okay, chill.
Yeah.
This is not us versus you.
Come at me, comedians.
Oh.
Let's
It's
go.
it's like the mic hold though too. Like so many people like,
Oh yeah.
like hold it like down here all floppy, right?
Yeah, it's either like right down there or they like
cup it.
grip it.
Yeah.
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 To really
Just hold it.
firmly grasp
Just hold it, guys.
Yeah.
Right. Point it at your
Hold
mouth.
it. The parent thing popped into my head because I grew up in a house where there wasn't a lot of creativity or it wasn't really encouraged. So that's why my side gig is an accountant.
I was gonna say that's why you're.
I had to kind of build this career, and I did it all, and my parents are proud. And they come to my shows and they say congratulations, and they've seen me at the Syracuse Funny Bone and anywhere I've been. And even my mom has 7 siblings. Almost all of them have seen me perform.
Nice.
Growing up in like an Irish Catholic family.
Yes.
They are okay with it because again, I don't talk too much about sex, but it is something. It's a different experience growing up and doing comedy and seeing them support me. This is a weird thing to say, but I was just surprised they were as supportive as they were.
Yes.
Even like I think my dad listened to one of my podcasts.
Oh.
So hopefully he doesn't listen to this one.
Yeah, right. Right. You'll be getting a phone call.
Yeah. Like,
Do you talk about your mommy issues when your mom's in the crowd?
Yeah. No, when I did that at the Syracuse Funny Bone, I was like, I have a joke about looking like Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
It's my favorite. It was the
like,
first thing that I remembered from you. I was like, she's fucking funny, and she does look like her.
Oh my God. Signorina told me that, and it's been one of my favorite jokes ever since. But it is funny because I say mommy issues, and when my mom was in the crowd, she was like, woo! And she was like, she's one of those extroverted, like, enthusiastic people. She had like a light up torch she got from a baseball stadium, and she had it in the crowd in the Syracuse Funny Bone, along with cat ears on because my name's Kat.
Nice.
That's nice.
So she's very
Support.
supportive, and she's like, you can say whatever you want as long as you get money from comedy.
Yeah, it's
We won't tell her.
Yeah. Don't tell her how much how little I make.
You have a good job though. It's fine. You're good.
Yeah.
I know for now.
You're not broke like me.
Yeah. Well,
You're
it is
rich
like,
in personality.
Oh,
That's
thank you.
a good line my dad says.
I mean, making your career as a musician. We talked a little bit about this, but what's it like?
Career is a stretch. What's it? It's good. I mean, I worked plenty of shitty jobs where I hated my life. So then when I was kind of finally able to push and like get enough to sort of support myself, that felt really good. I will say that sometimes doing the grind like kind of takes the joy out of it a little bit sometimes. But probably not for you because you're writing more of your own stuff and doing more of that.
Well, it ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
It does for all of us. Like how many times a year do we consider quitting? Like
500 million.
Yeah. It ebbs and flows. Like it's hard, but I mean, I don't know any other way. I am fortunate enough because I had such supportive parents to have never worked a shitty job outside of the industry.
Sarah, I think you were one of the first people I met in Buffalo who was like a full-time musician.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I saw you at it was Mohawk
Probably.
Place.
Heard
Yeah,
them
and
so
you
many
like
times.
had your own CDs, and I just remember being like, "That's so cool that like you're a full-time musician."
Yeah,
and you were making it happen. 8 years ago.
Yeah, and obviously this side of COVID, things are very different. It was, if we had stayed on that pre-COVID path, I feel like I could have really committed more to playing original music full time.
For sure.
And it's things just have changed for everybody, and that's unfortunate. But I am very grateful again for my parents putting me on that path so early. We all play a million bar and cover gigs we don't want to play, but those are the things that's where the money is, and those are the things that make me say, well, maybe I should quit. But then at the same time, to do what? Work in an office? Like when my office is playing covers in a bar, like I really cannot complain.
Yep.
So that's the worst I have to do. I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And then obviously, as I hit my late 20s, I realized I'm going to need something a little bit more consistent, and was very grateful that this music is art job landed in my lap, because I'm able to stay so connected to the industry and the community. And again, it's non-profit work, but it's very rewarding, and it's consistency at least. So grateful to have that, and to still feel like I can say that I firmly have a career in the music industry, even though I'm not technically performing full time.
Yeah, I had a minute where I was dipping my toes into the real cover world, like the party band. I'm not going to name names.
Oh yeah.
And I realized that was not for me at all. They wanted,
you brought us together though.
Yes, they wanted me to put on costumes and dance on stage, and I was like, no. I need to wear my shoes.
We all know what you mean.
And so that was not really for me, but now I've kind of settled into this jam band situation, and that's that is cover stuff, but it's not like I was talking about before, the musical freedom and being able to not actually learn parts is great.
But still, even when you're if you're not technically writing and you're playing in original bands, so you're playing in Sabo Highway and Tim Britt's original project, even though you might feel like you're just playing the chords, but you're still really contributing to arrangements and informing the sound. You take that bluesy piano out of Tim's band, it's completely different. That really informs that sound.
Yeah, actually, and I did just write a song because Savo just wrote a song recently that I was a part of.
Wow, look at that! You were writing.
So I did write. Fuck
You're
yeah.
a writer.
My song's on its way.
Yeah.
I am a very busy business owner, so I have to leave in 5 minutes. So if you have any burning questions for me, I'm here.
What is my asshole like?
We already talked about your asshole. We've moved on.
Oh, my bad.
I'll tell you later.
Jumping into the one thing you told me, what characteristics from working in the corporate world do you carry into comedy that help you?
Yeah, for sure. So when I started comedy, I was very confident, and I remember Evan was so excited for me to bomb because I did do well,
oh yeah, I was
right off the bat. Yeah, he was like, you need to and I've bombed plenty of times since then, but I was a corporate trainer in learning and development for 10 years, so I really knew how to talk to a room full of douchebags and adjust and read their facial expressions and understand that they don't owe me anything, and I'm just a girl standing at the front of the room, whether it's a meeting or a training room. So when I got on stage, I was like, this feels right, and just didn't of course I want to make people laugh, I want to get the reactions, I want people to like me, but I'm like, this is for me, and it felt really good. But yeah, it was just standing in the front of a training room, and that helped. I know another comic who has very similar experience, and she's like, yeah, it's just talking to people.
Yeah.
And working in customer service helps. Again, reading the room, understanding people, cues, facial expressions, body language, it all plays into it. And as a comic, and especially as a host, I really I love hosting because you set the tone for the entire night, for the entire set. I keep talking about last night, but I feel like it went so well because I was it just we kept things going and we kept things moving, and that's the corporate efficiency in my brain where it's I know these people don't want to sit here for 2.5 hours, so how do we keep them engaged? So
I definitely relate to that because at the end of a meeting, if you give a presentation, no one's going to stand up and clap.
Yes, exactly.
You did a great job.
Yes.
Which I miss from the comedy. No one's going to walk up to me and say, that was the best presentation I've ever heard at the end of my day. So, just understanding they're taking it in. you're not going to get booed on stage, but you're also not going to get the same amount of gratitude you will when you tell an awesome joke in the corporate world. So understanding and accepting feedback better and reading a room.
Yeah,
I am so surprised at how many comics can't read a room.
It's key, especially with hosting. Like I've definitely like made that my thing where I'm like, sure, my jokes are funny, but like curating the room and the vibe, and like, again, Sarah does a really good job at it in the rounds. Like, you have to adapt to the people, and it makes, I think, it separates the good from the great, or the okay from the better. So yeah. That's my story.
The okay from the better.
I mean,
it's gonna be a phrase.
Yeah. No, it really is. I never thought about that with like your connection in the corporate world too, and like being able to not just read the room but engage the room. And like the combination of those two things, like it's no matter whether you're in the corporate world or you're on stage as a comic or a musician, like half of your job is to look out into the audience and understand who is in the room.
Yes, 100%.
And like you have a split second to decide like what their personalities are, who's paying attention, and what they need.
Yeah, absolutely. I credit it so much.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm so fucking bad at that.
It's hard. It's hard.
Well, I used to.
You've gotten better with it. I feel like I've coached you. I've used my corporate coaching training to help you. You introduce yourself on stage now.
I saw you, like, even after you weren't working anymore, you were doing those, like...
Oh, like workshops
the
and team building.
little things, and, like, yeah, I feel like that carried over, too, with all that, like, you know...
Yeah, and then comedy helps that. Yeah, I've done, like, corporate training where I, like, now know where I can add in jokes. And it all goes together.
I was very proud watching you do that.
Thank you so much. That's really sweet. We like don't ever just sit down and talk. So this is our date. This is our date of the month.
Never have time.
Date crashing.
Date crashing. All right, I gotta go. I have to run a business.
Bye.
Thank you for having me. Love you all. Bye.
Bye, Jesse. But kind of going off that question, have you ever been in a situation where you have to switch the mood in the room?
Totally.
Do you have a story about it?
Not really a specific one. Just I have, especially for cover gigs, like I know what covers I like to play, but those are not always going to be the covers that the room wants to hear. And every bar is different. The vibe of every bar is different. The crowd of every night at every bar is different. So it's literally what Chelsea said of like having to read the room and knowing that like I could play Paramore right now, but like the 60-year-old dudes over there are not gonna like it.
Yeah.
So like, what am I gonna play instead? Fine, I'll play some Beatles.
I kind of hit a point where I didn't care anymore, which is not good for me. But I'm just like, this is my list. I'm gonna play it.
Yeah.
And there's some random shit on there that nobody knows. But I've also like developed it enough where I think where like I can play a song like that and people will be like, oh, that was really cool. What is that? Mm-hmm. And that's really fun. I feel like I'm getting away from your original question. I don't remember what it was.
Ever been in a situation where you have to change the mood?
Oh, yeah, change the mood. Really...
I mean, if you probably didn't... I feel like it's awkward to have to be there.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've walked into dead rooms before and have had to, like, try to... I mean, all the time. And have tried to, like, liven that up a little bit.
Have you ever had, like, a venue owner, like... tell you have to like play more upbeat?
Yes. I'm not gonna say, let's just say it's related to 2 9s. It's not 2 9s, but it's close to 2 9s. Yeah, there was like 2 people there, and they never had me back because I wasn't upbeat enough. And I was like, well, nobody was here, so like I just kind of did what I wanted to do. But that being said, like I have taken my set and tried to add more upbeat stuff, and now for my solo stuff I bring my laptop out and do like a fake drum MIDI drum thing behind me, and I do have a couple like actual backing track songs that I try not to do too much because that's kind of lame, but just having that like beat behind it like kind of helps with that. So yeah, it's like I've had to adapt to it a little bit. Yeah, it's really easy I think when you're a piano player too to like kind of just do those like ballads and like super slow ones that you like. Mm-hmm. So I've had to kind of force it a little bit to like change the vibe of the room and like make it so people are grooving a little bit.
And sometimes I like can't figure out what people want, and I have to play like 3 songs in a row that are completely different
and see what happens.
And see what sticks, like see what the reaction is to each one. And sometimes it'll be obvious of like, oh, that one made them clap and the other two didn't.
Yeah.
So like then I have to like go through my list and like lean into that vibe, because for me it's not even about like, I don't need clapping. If I'm being honest, I need tips.
Yeah. Right. Give me some money.
Like, there's that part of me that's like, I don't care. I'm going to play whatever makes me happy, because that's going to be a better performance. But then if I start to do that and it doesn't engage people, I'm not going to make tips, and I want to make tips.
That's why I like Nietzsche's so much, because Nietzsche's people tip for the most part. The pay sucks at the bar, but that's fine. And it kind of goes back to that thing where I can play whatever I want a little bit, and people are like, "Oh yeah, that was sick."
Yeah.
And I feel like Nietzsche's is one of like the rare places where that. But sometimes I'll do the thing where I'll be like, "What do you guys want to hear?" And like maybe 20% of the time they shout something out that I actually kind of know, and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I'll try that." But like the rest of them, I'm like, "Oh no, I don't really know that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I end up playing like I said, like those 3 completely different songs and still none of them engage the audience, then I just play whatever I want
Then
all
we're
night.
fucked.
I just play whatever I want all night.
Yeah.
And then hope that like the fact that I'm enjoying the songs that I'm playing engages people enough to make tips.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Which sometimes it does. Like
sometimes it does.
people kind of see that or like feel that like we like know the song really well enough to like get it across, or you know, they feel the legitness of it, you know?
I've also I've also had a couple venues where they're like very strict about like you have to play all covers, no original music.
Yeah, I've had those too. Yeah.
So obviously those are paycheck gigs, and I do what I'm told.
Yeah.
But then there've been a couple where I'm on hour 2 and I'm still playing covers and digging for more covers that people like. And, I'm on my set break and somebody will come and talk to me and ask me if I write my own music. And I'm like, yeah, that's actually like my main thing. This is just, a moneymaker.
Right.
And they're like, oh my gosh, I want to hear your songs.
Here's my card, bitch.
And there was one gig where I ended up playing a half an hour longer than I was supposed to. It was already a 3-hour gig, and I played an extra half hour because there was this group of like a dozen people in front of me that started dumping 20s in my tip jar because they wanted me to stay and play originals. That's the dream.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say is people love seeing what you're passionate about and watching you do that. And I think that's amazing. That's why I love watching live music along with comedy.
Yeah.
It's just so incredible to be able to have that sense of enjoyment when like the world's pretty bland sometimes.
Yeah.
It's pretty
100%.
terrible.
That's why like last night was so cool, because it was like the melding of the two, and like that was the first time I've ever done anything like that, and it felt really cool to like have both of our sides represented.
Yeah. There definitely needs to be more of that.
You should do that with me sometime. It's fun.
Yeah.
We Tuesday night played one at Milky's.
Like
When was that?
like same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we played I think the first Bird Suit or whatever it is.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So it was
The
like the
first
same
one
thing.
at Milky's like last May or something.
Did you guys do the like bits in between?
No, we
Oh.
did. We played at the end of it. We just did like a full set at the end, and that one was JT Nicholson.
Oh yeah.
Playing,
Yeah.
His trio.
He's cool
playing,
as shit.
yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I was going to go back to changing the mood for comedy, especially at an open mic. It's tough because you don't know who you're going after.
Yeah.
So if you're going after someone bad, then it's just completely messed up because you have to just take what you get in that sense. But is
Yeah.
it the same with music, or do you normally just go on and you're the first to perform type thing?
It depends.
Really depends on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's really a like covers versus original thing too. Like cover shows, I'm playing for 3 hours and it's just me. But original shows, I tend to, whether it's like in the round thing where you're constantly going like alternating with other songwriters, or if you're in a band on a bill with 4 other bands, then it's exactly like you're saying. Like you got to kind of take what you get with what's before and after.
Right. Which I've grown to like those 4
Yeah.
other bands things. I used to be like, but like we just did that Snow Jam thing with like Grosh and Savo and who else? Johnny Hart.
yeah.
And that was really cool. It's really cool to like, just like watch everybody else and then get up there and like kind of almost be inspired to like do your best because you just saw Grosh fucking crush it for like an hour.
It's very community based
right.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you feel like you can collaborate with other musicians, or does the competition
Some of
beat
them.
that out? Yeah.
I love to when the vibe's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any good ones other than you two in Buffalo that you like to work with?
Sarah.
One of my closest collaborators is Philip Steven.
Phil.
He and I have been playing duo shows, both originals and covers, for about a decade now, and we just started a band called Threefold. He's so easy to collaborate with, and just one of the best songwriters in Buffalo.
And a solid player. He's a really good player.
He's so solid. Just like really underrated too. He kind of keeps to himself a lot, and a lot of people don't realize like what a gem he is.
I didn't realize how solid of a player he was until he started coming to open mic. And I was like, oh damn, he's like
Yeah, he works very hard on his craft, and a lot of people just don't even know.
Yeah.
I just wrote a really cool song I'm really excited about with TK Lips. Again, kind of an underrated songwriter on the scene, but very like vibey indie kind of guy. And he and I just wrote a song for his new podcast project called In the Gulch. So that should be coming out sometime this year. But yeah, I love co-writing with people. I love collaborating with people. I habitually join bands. It's what we do.
Yeah.
But it's not all good, but you keep trying.
I'm in like 16 bands, I think, going on 20.
Actually?
It's like 6 or 5, 5 or 6. Yeah.
Still a lot.
Yeah, it gets really annoying scheduling.
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that collaboration question because because I play with so many different people, and like it's like I feel a connection with all of them. So like there's not like one person that I like really love to like sit down with and collaborate with, because like I kind of vibe off of everybody that I play with, and it's fun. But definitely the Savo people are my homies, and we vibe together. So
yeah, I definitely see like different energy in you when you play with them versus like one of your dead bands or something.
Yeah.
It's very different energy.
Yeah, it feels better. It feels like more at home.
Do you have to audition for bands, or do they seek you out?
I've always been sought out. I never try.
The only band I ever auditioned for, I quit after one gig.
Wow.
What band?
It was a cover band.
Oh.
I thought I had a crisis about 2 years ago, or I thought I was going to go in that direction of like, my original music's not taking off. I'm just going to play in like an old guy cover band. And they tried to audition me, and I played one gig, and I was like, I'm never doing that again. Very grateful that I did that, to realize that it's not for me, and I'm back on my path.
Welcome to my world, baby.
Yeah.
A good lesson. I'm sure.
It was a hard quit after one gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes the audition is just like playing a gig though. Like then they either call you again or they don't. You know, like.
Do you get paid for that gig, or is it practice?
Oh
Okay.
yeah. I very rarely don't get paid.
Yeah.
If it's like I need something to come out and like to bring all my shit out and set it up and take it down. Like that's the job. Mm-hmm. That's literally not even about the music. Sometimes it's just about bringing all your shit, setting it up, tearing it down, loading it up, and that's what you get paid for.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
It does make sense, because with comedy, I just show up.
You just show up.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I worry because sometimes, what if they're like, we're not going to have you on, actually, and I just drove 3 hours to stand there.
Well, you live here now, so it's easier.
Yeah, it's much better. But I think the farthest I've driven for comedy is 4 or 5 hours to New Lebanon, New York, and it was to win money, but I didn't get a thing, and I paid for a hotel room, so lost money on that one.
Damn. Yeah, I guess I worry about that because like Savo's doing like road gigs now, or like going on these like mini runs, and there is kind of that fear like, well, did we just drive 5 hours to have like a really shitty show? Like, you know what I mean? So like, and I don't make a lot of money with them, like on purpose. So there is like that mutual fear, I guess, between like, I'm like, you know, I don't want to go super far and then have a shitty situation, or you know.
I've done some crazy ones.
Yeah.
I've done some insane ones. A couple years ago, my duo Tuesday night, we had a really, really cool gig offer opening for kind of this big deal guy, Chris Trapper, in Boston. And like the pay was like okay. It was like good enough to play the gig. Like if it had been here, it would have been like great pay, but not good enough to like cover a hotel. So we drove to Boston. We drove straight to Boston, 7 hours. Played the gig, turned around and
drove back.
Yeah. 14 hours of driving for 40 minutes, 30 minutes set. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Made a few $100. And yeah, I did that. And then I had a Tuesday night as our full band. We had a recording session in Brooklyn, followed by a gig in Manhattan that night. And my drummer and I decided that we couldn't take off work, and we couldn't afford a hotel. So half of the band flew or took the train down and got hotels or whatever. And my drummer and I took the overnight bus to New York.
Damn.
Took the Uber to our 10 a.m. recording session in Brooklyn. But it was 95 degrees. So we were on the bus from like 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. I had a recording session from like 10 to 3, played a gig at 9 p.m. and then immediately left the gig and hopped on another bus back home to Buffalo. So we did not sleep for like 50 hours.
Need some cocaine for that one, huh?
No,
was it worth it?
No,
Yeah.
a lot of gummies, but no coke.
Good, yeah, good job.
We did like a 48-hour no sleep. Like, did not pay for a hotel. Just like took the bus to New York, did it, recorded, played a show, took the bus home.
For the record, I don't do cocaine. Just want to put that out there.
Do you feel like those crazy experiences were worth it?
Yeah, honestly, I was sitting on the bus, after a few gummies with my drummer at 3 a.m. It's pitch dark. We're like in the middle of nowhere on a crappy bus to New York. And I was like, thanks for doing this with me, buddy. He was like, what else would I do? Not take a bus to Manhattan to play a show? Like,
Yeah.
that's the option. Like, you can either take a crappy bus to New York, have a weird adventure, be exhausted, and take a bus home, or you could not do that.
Yeah.
What's better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the thing.
We could like not be musicians and have boring lives. So like we might as well do shit like that.
What's the point in being a musician if you're not gonna do something insane like
Yeah,
that?
for sure. For sure. I love it.
Then one last question. What's the best experience you've had in your career so far? If I can use that word.
Oh,
if
Jesus.
that's okay with you.
It's the best experience I've
Yeah,
had.
think on it.
I will say when I was younger, do you remember the Lafayette Tap Room?
Mm-hmm.
That was like my stomping grounds. So like the best experience that I think I've had isn't really even anything recent. It's being a kid and being able to get up there. They used to do these things called Am Jams, and my first teacher was like the keyboard player for that, like every month or whatever it was. And so like I think the best experience was like being able to have that mentor and like get up there and like actually do the thing. And like that felt so good. That I think is like my best experience. Like to be young again and be able to do it all over again would be awesome. Because kind of, I mean, I don't want to say there's no joy in it, but like I said, it's like it kind of just becomes a grind and like it's the same thing. And like, yeah, that's what I think.
Get it back. Just have some moments
I mean,
of being a
that
kid.
being said, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good. It's not like this. I am not miserable. Yeah, just like being able to get up on stage for the first few times and like be proud of myself, I think was like my best musical experience.
I'll bounce off of that. I feel like there's a lot of options in my head and things that I know that I'm missing that I could say are like the biggest show I've played, the best show I've played, like the best song I wrote, like something like that. But on my 19th birthday, I opened for Bedouin Soundclash at the Town Ballroom.
Oh shit.
And it was one of those things where, I was super young. I was 17, 18 years old and doing the thing of like sending emails and press kits to every venue in town being like, hi, let me open for some national act or whatever. And those emails 99% of the time get ignored.
Nothing. Yeah.
And the day before my 19th birthday, I got an email saying, opener for Bedouin Soundclash is sick. Can you open? And I did it.
Yes.
Wow. Jumped up there, and on my 19th birthday, opened for Bedouin Soundclash. And I always joke that and it was all downhill from there. but it wasn't. And I think that happening at such a young age kind of set the stage, so to speak, for like, wait, I actually can do this. Because at that point, up until that point, I had just been a teenager playing whatever and like a kid musician and, playing bands and the, ticketed after dark shows, whatever.
Yeah.
And just starting to play cover gigs. And that was like a pivotal moment of like, can I actually have a career doing this?
Yeah.
And knowing that like on my 19th, now I look back and on my 19th birthday, like opening for the biggest band I've ever opened for
At Ballroom.
at the Town Ball, on the main stage of the Town Ballroom, like that was a very formative of like, okay, I can actually write songs. I can actually do this and people might care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I actually have one more. I remember when I was in high school, we put together like not like a battle of the bands, but like all the bands that were like around in my small little town.
What made it not a battle then?
It was just like a showcase, I guess you could say. And I remember being so fucking nervous, but then like getting up there and like playing for my peers was really cool. That was a really good experience to and then like from there I got like kind of recognized as like an actual musician like in my school. So like those are the feelings that I miss, I guess,
Yeah.
Those aren't ever coming back. They're all gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I'm depressed. But
You shouldn't be.
no, I have so much faith in both of you for your careers to get even
thanks.
better.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest person I've opened for is Steven Rogers, and that was just in last December because it was from an Instagram DM.
Oh, nice.
So,
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing. Like you just kind of send out stuff and keep sending out stuff, and maybe one of those happens. You know.
Yeah.
Can't lose hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second you start doubting yourself is when everyone else is gonna doubt you.
You gotta
even more.
expect it not to happen, and then when it happens, it's like, oh shit, like you know, yeah.
And it's one of those things where you just send the email.
Yeah, just
Just send the email.
Yep.
Because the same thing happened a few years ago. My band Tuesday Night, my partner in that band, Courtney, she and I were going to a show in Cleveland. And we're like, maybe we should try and play a show while we're out there. And I did the thing, and I scoured the internet of what other bands are playing, who can we open for. And I found this sick band called Sarah Shook and the Disarmers that was headlining Beachland Ballroom in Cleveland. And I was like, they don't have an opener listed. And I emailed them, and I DM'd their management, and I DM'd the venue, and I was like, just sent all the things, and it clicked, and we opened for this sick band at the Beachland Ballroom. So yeah, send the emails.
Yeah, moral of the story, do the fucking thing.
Do the thing. Love it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and shout out any shows you guys have coming up, or your Instagram
Hold on,
handle.
grab the phones.
And you both check the calendar.
we don't know. We go day by day around here.
Calendar.
Do you guys sleep ever?
No.
No. I sleep for 4 hours and then come here. I think, hold on, let me get to March. I think the 21st? The 21st of March at Banshee, me, Mark, and Sasha, the band from last night, we're doing a full 3-hour show.
Nice.
Besides that, I think everything else is out of town and lame. So we'll stick with that one.
I should say this podcast, since I drop the third Friday of every month, this is coming out the 20th, I believe.
Oh, really? All right, cool.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, come out to Banshee Irish Pub and watch me play songs that nobody knows.
So this is coming out. This is coming out March 20th.
Yes.
Okay. So March 20th. If you're hearing this on the day of, I'll be here at Third Space for Third Space in the Round, with David Michael Miller and Mike Farrow. So that'll be a great one. And then April 3rd, I'll be at Amy's Place, aka Area 54. With Jade Marciniak and this guy named River Glenn, who's from out of town, coming in to Amy's Place. So a cool little songwriter show there as well.
Dope.
Okay.
I just realized I'm not going to be able to make your In the Round again, and I'm pissed. Yeah, sad. I'll be in Jamestown.
Boo.
That's sad.
Anyways, cool.
So anyone listening has to come to In the Round to make up for Evan not being
Yes.
here.
Yes. And come to Banshee, please, so they fucking hire me again.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being on.